Hello everyone, my name is Uthris, and we are back in Scrap Mechanic today. It has been a little while, and we have given it some time to try and heal out and fix some of the performance issues, and I believe they have done so for the most part. I tried loading up the deployable trailer earlier, and it runs smoother, which is fine. The problem is still whenever I get the semi truck up to it to try and work out an attachment mechanism, my FPS drops to like 1. So that's still kind of there, and so until then we can't really finish that build. But I do want to move on to kind of maybe something a little bit smaller today. And what I'm going to be building is I guess, in my opinion, the best Batmobile. I grew up in the 90s, and I grew up with the animated series of Batman. And so, in my opinion, when I think of the Batmobile, I think of either the bad movie or the animated series, or some type of weird conglomeration of the two. So basically, I'm going to be building I guess straight to the point, the 90s Batmobile. So there you go. We're going to try and get the front windscreen and everything to slide forward, just like the other thing. We'll put a rocket on the back end of it and some fins and see how well this thing can look. Looking at pictures at it, it's a little bit different than what I remember. I don't remember it being quite as long as it is, but hey, things you forget when you get older and don't really look at it as often anymore. Some of the features that they did add into the game, by the way, is a paint tool. So we can paint all these blocks, and I will be doing so at the end of the build. This is for two reasons. One, worrying about painting everything from the get-go can be a little bit of a trouble spot, and then also it just feels like maybe it's not a good idea for you guys because it doesn't help you know what blocks I use for each part. So I figured, hey, we'll leave it plain for now. Hold on, there's a new sign. It's a little arrow sign and some new plants. Updates. Always like updates. So we'll go ahead and I guess just start boxing in how long this thing is going to be. If I had to guess, it is really oddly long. So looking at it, I mean, really, that's how long the vehicle is on the front. The back end, the seats are really far back, so it's going to be like something about yay long. Maybe a little bit longer once we start carving out the front end and everything. Maybe a little bit longer in the back because of the bat wings and things. But that is roughly how long it's going to be. Now, the front end is a little bit more narrow than the back. And also, the wheels are very kind of towards the front. In fact, it's even probably closer than that. Now, the problem with that is it's going to get hung up on things. I don't know how the Batmobile drove anywhere other than the road, because it is a very low set vehicle, and the fact that we are out here kind of more in the wilderness is a little disconcerting. Alright, so we will probably have to do something like this for our base suspension system. Very standard. Let's grab I think we're just going to go with a sport suspension, probably. That'll keep it low to the ground. Alright. There we go. And we will, of course, grab a curved block of some kind for where you attach the wheels here. There we go. Put a bearing on it. And we'll be using the Well, looking at the picture, it looks like they actually have fairly large wheels, so we might get to actually use the large wheel on this thing after all. Yeah, that's about right. And if you go back here to the back, we can drag it out. I believe it went out 4, but we're gonna go out 7 for the back end because that looks about right. Bring this down. And the back end also needs to be, we're changing this on the fly here. So 1 passed. Okay. It needs to be, I think, just a hair taller. So we're basically just going to go and make this like so. That way it gets a little bit more of that roadster kind of look. Now this thing will probably be heavy and will compress the springs quite a lot, which is fine. Because the lower we can get it to the ground, the better it'll look compared to, say, a picture. Can I go backwards? I can, yeah. I haven't played this game in a while, so I'm a little bit rusty on the controls. But it looks like we're getting there. Alright, let's see how that sits. Kind of high. It sits very high off the ground. Not really what I expected, but I mean the top of the vehicle is pretty much going to come up to here. That's going to be a lot of the engine, and then it'll slope here, and we'll do kind of a nice curve, widen for the base, throw up the canopy, which kind of smooths out to there, and put the wings on. We'll also put a little engine in the back as well. I mean, if I was Batman, I don't know how he would drive something like this. It's quite a ridiculous vehicle if you think about it. Alright. So the frame is kind of built on. We've already been recording for a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and just go into the speed build format because I do want to get this done in one episode for you guys, get it all working, and you guys can tell me what you think, and we'll go from there. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed the look of that speed build. I did do a skip at the end, as I did want to leave some stuff as a surprise, kind of as a kind of an unveiling of what the overall thing looks like. And plus, the sliding mechanism kind of took a while, so I decided to just cut that out altogether. Right, so this is the Batmobile from the Batman animated series during the 90s. And it is a masterpiece, I have to say. Very, very phallic, as I guess vehicles like this tend to be. It's basically like 3 Rolls Royce kind of thrown together on the front end here. Plenty of little details. It's such a smooth and undetailed kind of vehicle. The lines on it are very boxy. I did try and do my best with scrap mechanic. There are some limitations of what we could and couldn't do. Back here, I had to use 2 thrusters, as they are a 2-wide block instead of a 3-wide block, so therefore it couldn't fit in the exact center. But, you know, it looks okay nonetheless. You know, the wheels tucked right into the body, and they look really good, and they function really well. We have the front grille with this light chrome color to it. I didn't like the fact that it was going to be such a smooth, solid color, so I did add this top grating here, just some type of hood ornament, some type of texture to break up the surface a little bit. We have the side kind of engine exhaust markings here, and pretty much just the inside, which just has some buttons and things like that. I don't really know what else to put in there, so if you guys, I guess, have any suggestions, let me know for sure. Let's go ahead and open her up. That sliding door. It's basically just hinged off the back here, and just has 3 bearings to offset to try and keep it going in a straight line. And then we're going to hop right in and close it back up. And we're pretty much now in the Batmobile. The only thing that I have to say that's annoying is this camera clipping here above the head, and I could fix that by maybe making the seats down 1 level, and it would fix it, but then we probably wouldn't be able to see out the front window very easily while driving around. This thing does behave like a pretty good car, I have to say. It's fairly stable. It's a little drifty just because I put the engines to max, but you know, we don't really roll out of control unless we go, I guess, full speed around corners, up hills and such. And if we look back here, I can turn on our thrusters, which give us just a good amount of extra little boost here. Like, I'm not even really pressing the gas right now and we're moving, so that's just helping the wheels that much more. Let's get up over this hill here. There we go. Now, a problem is just how low it is to the ground. It doesn't have great body clearance, so going over a bunch of rough terrain is not very feasible. But the Batmobile, at least this version, really wasn't designed to do so. So, you know, it gets by. It definitely gets by, and we can climb up the mountainside fairly easily, though it does have a bit of a wide turn radius just because of how long it is. And I think it turned out really well. I'm really happy just with the paint job in general. Them adding that paint tool really helps with these type of fan creations and stuff. So if you guys have anything that you want me to look at, maybe someone else made a cool Batmobile, or if you guys have made anything cool, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, I think I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always. If you all enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more creative goodness such as this. And go ahead and leave a like. That's how I know you guys are enjoying this kind of stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.